Hello, I'm Bex with Black Whisper Crafts, and welcome to Desmodus, the Romantic Vampire Collab. It's September 1st through September 22nd. It is hosted by Jovi at Creating with Jovi, and we are using the Romantic Vampire Desmodus digital she created, and they are gorgeous. Purples and reds and teals and blue. It's just beautiful. And isn't he gorgeous? Oh my goodness. Just love what she's done with this kit. But I am going to show you how I'm making my journal with a file folder. So all you need to do is on your file folder, you'll see the score marks already on the spine. Not sure if you can see it or not, but they're in 1/4 inches, 1/4, 1/2, or 3/4, whatever size you want your spine to be. Mine's going to be 1/4 because it's a very small one signature journal. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and fold into the 1/4 score, because when I cut it, I don't want to cut twice. I just want to cut it at the same time, the front and back covers. So just into that score, you can see right there. Now it's just a 1/4 inch. Just going to burnish it with my fingernail, which is fine. Okay, and here we go. We have a 1/4 inch spine. So what I'm going to do is cut it at 5.5 inches, because the journal will be 8 inches by 5.5 inches. So if you'll just, this is how I have it. I don't know if you can see it like that, so that it looks like it already has the spine. And just hold it, put it under your cutter, and put that spine at 5.5, like that, and don't flatten it out. Keep it intact like it would if it was an actual spine already. There we go, and hold your hand there. Of course, put it right here to hold it in place, and then just cut it. There we go. Keep those for a later time. Now it is 5.5 inches. So what I want to do is score it so we can flip it up and have pockets. If you don't have a scoreboard, you can just fold it. You don't have to have a scoreboard. But let's go with 8 inches. 7, 8. Here's 8 inches. Make sure we have it all tucked up in the corner there. There we go. Got our score at 8 inches. And we're just going to go ahead and fold on that score. Just like that. You see it's rather bulky there. So what we're going to do is cut out the 1/4 inch spine in the middle right here. I just like to go ahead and get it together like this. Let me get a pen real quick. You might be able to eyeball it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but just for the sake of the video, I will draw it on there. So what we want is to have a slight V going down. You can do a sharp one, however you want to do it. But let's see, we want, there's our spine. Just want it to go about here to there, just so I can see it just a little bit from here to there. So if you fold it back into the spine like that, then you can just cut them at the same time. Just hold on to it really good. And I'm just going to cut it just like this. almost down to right there to that 8-inch score mark. Then you can open it up, and if it's not cut down far enough, just cut it a little bit more. I just snip it a little bit. There we go. Then I'm going to fold it back just so I can snip that off. Fold it back and then fold it forward into the center. Doesn't have to be perfect, just snip it off. There we go, so we just took out that bulk. Yeah, we need to snip that off just a little bit more. There we go. There we go, we took out that bulk right there. And so this is where I would go ahead and if I wanted to sew on some lace or if decorate this, I would go ahead and do that first. If I wanted to do stenciling, you'll see on my finished one how I stencil and everything. But there you have it, just like that. And what I want to do, one more little step here. I want to round these corners. You don't have to, but I just like the way it looks. There we go, and I think I rounded these. No, I don't know if I did or not. You can, but there we go. There's our cover. Really simple, out of a file folder with a 1/4 inch spine, 5.5 this way and 8.5 this way. When you start out, cut the 5.5 this way when it's folded for the spine, and don't cut the longer part at all. Just score it at 8 inches, fold it up, cut your little V out, and there you have pockets. There we go, and I will show you what mine look like after I've decorated it and everything. There it is. There's the 1/4 inch spine. I just glued some lace onto it. This is wallpaper. I thought that looked nice, and I just painted purple, metallic purple onto the wallpaper. And here he is, Desmodus and Lady Vampire. But I've got several layers, tulle, and then I painted on the trim. Just looks really pretty. And then here's the inside. And I sewed these on before I glued them down. Just remember to do that. And these are the pages at 50%. I think they're so gorgeous. So I did some at 50% just so I could put more of them in. Those are so gorgeous. And here's some of the cut aparts. But I think it turned out really pretty. The back is just the wallpaper with the metallic purple paint on it, but this is just a file folder. And I leave this open just so there's a little bit more room to put things in. And it just seems to be not so bulky when it's not glued down. And I did stenciling in there first before I glued it all together, just to fill up the voids. But yeah, that is so pretty. And this is file folder. So what we'll do is take my one signature here and we'll place it where we want it to be. And let me get my wax thread and things, and we'll come back and we'll bind it. There we go. I have all of my stuff together. Just find the center. There we go. I'm going to take this out real quick and just make sure that this is flush. There we go. And I do have the purple pages there that are a little shorter. Just want to make sure they're still in the right spot. Everything else is the same size. Find it, there it is. And let's move this up a little bit. There we go. Now that is perfect. And And I want to just push on the middle there and hold it really tight. I should have had this open. I need just 4 paper clips. Just helps to hold it in place while you're binding. And usually I wouldn't do this, but I just want to show you just for the sake of the video. There we go. Now it's not going to go anywhere on me. Okay. And I am going to just put the whole thing together since it's only one signature and just punch the little holes really quickly. Not measuring or anything. Not necessary on just a one signature. But get it in there nice and tight. Make sure it's where I want it on each end. That's great. Okay, now I'm just going to do the first hole, but it is easier if when you're punching the hole, don't just punch straight through. If you'll turn the journal sideways like this and push it through sideways, it just works better. For me. See, that's about the middle. There we go. 1. 2. And get the third one here at the bottom. And 3. There we go. That's it for the awl. And you'll need to get whatever thread you're using. This is just wax linen, and I like to do 1, 2, 3, and then snip it off. I have already threaded mine. So I'm going to go in the center one first. Just pull it through, leave a good amount of a tail, and then go to the top hole. Go in. And I can't see it. That's funny. Wiggle it a bit. There we go. Not nearly as fiddly as I'm making it look. And go down to the bottom hole. Now we want to go back in the center hole. And this is really dark thread and a dark journal. It's a little difficult to see, just a little. Ooh, let's see if we did it. We did. That's amazing. Okay, I'm gonna pull it tight. Not so you tear your paper, but just tight. And we want one of these on each side of this middle thread. Just like that. Still, I'm going to pull them tight again. Just make sure there's no slacking. Everything's great on that side. Okay, we're just going to tie it. 1, then go over the opposite direction and do it again the opposite direction. 3. I leave mine hanging because I do have some charms, so I am just going to make this. Just tie it in a bow right now. Take these off. That is how you make a journal out of a simple file folder. Okay, looks really nice and it's bound. There we go. Just perfectly. And this is for Desmodus-The Romantic Vampire Collab, hosted by Jovi at Creating with Jovi. It's September 1st through the 22nd. And let's go through the pages. This is from the digital. And this is, I knew that I wanted him on the very first page. A vampire, like a lady, never reveals his true age. This is from the kit. And this is one of the cut aparts from the kit. This is one of the fussy cuts. And then the sentiments. All a vampire has is time. I thought that was appropriate with the pocket watch. And this digital is from Jovi's other one. It is Haunted Mansion, I believe. Haunted Manor, Haunted Mansion. I will put it in the description. But I thought it went perfect with this for just some filler pages for the backgrounds. And this is another one from the Haunted Mansion. And that one, I believe. And this is from the kit. Here's a cut apart from the kit. This is a pocket. This is from the kit. Is that not gorgeous? And this one's from the kit. I did this one in black and white, but this is from the kit. And this one's from the kit in black and white. And I did that because some of the smaller pieces that I shrunk down, like this, are color. So I wanted them to look a little bit different, but you know, so there won't be so much duplicate in the journal. And this is gorgeous, isn't it? Also from the kit. And this little coffin and this black rose are from the kit. It's just a little tuck spot. And this is from the kit. This is black and white, but I have it somewhere else in here, so in the color. And this one's from the kit. This is from the kit. It's so pretty. And this little cutout. There's the other side of that with the 2 vampires. This is from the kit. This is the colored one where I have the black and white full sheet over there. So gorgeous. It's from the kit. This is from the kit. This is a wraparound pocket. Wrap it around there. And of course, this is a cut out from the kit. Such a gorgeous kit. Really, really like it. Plenty of room to journal. And here's the last page. So beautiful. And this is from the cut aparts. Of course, there is his library and his cat. And this is how you make a one signature journal with a file folder. And it is for Desmodus-The Romantic Vampire Collab, September 1st through September 22nd here on YouTube. And I have today, which is September 2nd, and I also have September the 13th. So I will be making some ephemera on the 13th to go in this journal. And I'm Bex with Black Whisper Crafts. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful crafty day.